Hi, I'm Paul Salmon. I'm a spiritualist medium. Today's guests are Dawn, Isan, Ryan and Tony from Supernatural Investigations. Hello guys.
Hello.
Nice to see you. And you, Tony, because I interviewed you, well, you come down from Manchester
Yes.
a while ago. This time you brought your team.
Yeah.
Spiritual Investigations, how did you guys get together?
Well, I met Ryan around about 13 years ago now, and then we found out that we enjoyed the same things when it comes to the paranormal. And then I was doing a reading for Ryan's auntie at her cottage and in Walsdorf, who was also into the paranormal side of things. We got talking for hours, and I've known you now for about 10 years.
10 years.
And then most recently, Isan, she's been coming to our events now for the last 12 months. And
so
then most recently, I asked her to join us, was it like 2 months ago? I asked her to join us to about 2
So whose idea was this to come together as a group?
Myself.
To do these investigations?
Yes.
Right, so what is the aim of these investigations?
It's to, well, what my aim is and what the aim of the company is just to basically to gather the evidence and gather the understanding that there is spiritual energies out there who are still walking the earth and who are still walking these buildings, these old buildings, and to allow people, the public, to come along and join us just to witness and to see things for themselves and possibly quite question if they believe or not.
Okay, let's go around the group and ask you one at a time what you actually give to the team. I'll start with you, Dawn.
Okay.
Now you're known as the orb catcher.
I'm the orb catcher,
Tell me about what your role is.
To assist Anthony, Tony, with the group, take groups of people, do experiments with them.
So you talk about the public.
Yeah.
You have public coming on to
we
this.
have public coming onto it.
Yeah.
And we just work as a team, don't we?
Okay, so how did you get the name, nickname or
the orb catcher? Because I always, when I take pictures, I always seem to find what I think are orbs.
Yeah.
But Anthony kind of shoots me down on a lot of them.
Does he?
Yeah.
Why is that then, Tony?
Hence, even though I do what I do, I'm very sceptical. At the same time, even though I see spirit, I talk to spirit, I give readings, I'm very sceptical as well when it comes to the paranormal side of things, because doors can be open, windows, wind could be coming and blowing dust, there could be a little fly. So I look at it on a scientific level, if you like, as well.
I think I'm with you, Dawn.
Paranormal side.
I'm with you, Dawn. So I fully believe in orbs. So you believe that personalities of those who've passed on coming back as an orb?
And some have got colours, and you can see some with tails.
Yeah, we'll have a chat afterwards. Isan the Brave, how did you get that name?
The Brave, I don't mind doing things like Ouija boards, spirit boards. I tend to jump straight in and do them. So a lot of people are quite fearful of that. So I like to go in and do those and encourage people to join in if they like. I believe that if they see you do it, it's not as scary as what you've been told. Going into the dark rooms. They usually say, go on, you go first.
So that's your role in the team, is it to go to places where others might fear to tread? So
send the new one.
The new one.
Ryan, what's your job or what's your role?
I oversee groups and encourage them to do activities, try and find their own evidence. And I also take pictures throughout the night.
Okay. But you're known on the website, it's got you down as the giggler.
Yeah, there's somebody giggling in corners, usually me with nerves.
is that, I was going to say, is it nervous now?
I do giggle a lot.
Okay, so you take the public around. Do you go in by yourselves as a team to investigate anywhere?
We've been to a few places. We've done, again, I mentioned before about Ryan's auntie has a cottage. It's a very old cottage, and we've done a few investigations there with her permission. And got quite a lot of evidence. Teddy's thrown at us, and doors being opened.
Shutting doors are one thing, but having televisions thrown at you.
No, Teddy.
Oh, Teddy! I thought it said television.
Teddy. The Teddy lifted off the couch and was thrown at one of the guests who was with us.
Oh, it didn't hurt as much as the television.
No, the television would have hit, and I think I would have run as well.
Oh, right. Okay. So, but what happens when you take the public or another group around with you?
It's normally us four, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what we do is, when we first started out, there was like 30 guests that used to come along with us. But we was doing the big Tudor houses, so like Smills Hall and Sainsbury Hall and different things like that. But what we decided now more recently is keep the more intimate. We're only having a maximum of 15 guests, then plus us four as well. And then what we're going to be doing is obviously splitting the group into individual sections to investigate different parts of each building. And then one will go with this end, one will go with Dawn, one will go with myself, and then Ryan will be running between all three of the
Taking
groups.
photographs and
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can understand you're a medium.
Yes.
You can sense spirit coming in. And,
Yes.
so what do you two ladies do?
We're sensitive as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sense, feel, smell.
So basically the same
Yeah.
thing. Do you use those like tool? I call them tools. Thermometers, are they?
Yeah.
Or do you hand those out to the public? Or
We will be using them on the new ghost hunts that we're going to be. The investigation said ghost hunts, and I said that. And the investigation that we'll be doing, because I want to bring the scientific side of things, but also the old school way of doing it as well. So like the planchettes, the Ouija boards,
well, that's what you can
tapping
do.
boards. It's why SN's been brought on, so she can do all the different things.
They won't do it, you see.
No, you do it.
We'll let them get involved.
Yeah.
Won't we?
Yeah.
We'll let them, take some of the apparatus and go over and do their own little investigation as well.
They can go up on their own and do their own investigation.
Take their own pictures and
Yeah.
things.
Do you concentrate in Manchester, or do you go around the country? Or?
Well, we're actually we're kind of we've been doing things in like Bolton, over the northwest. Next year, when the actual tour starts of the investigations that we're planning, we're going to be going in February. We're actually going to be going to Pontefract, to the Poltergeist House, which is quite interesting. We're going to be going over to there. Then we're going to go over to Blackpool to investigate Blackpool Pleasure Beach, hopefully.
Okay.
I've also got Alton Towers that is being booked, the castle.
Really?
So we're going to go in many different
Getting
directions
around.
next year,
Yeah.
yes.
We'll have to bring up the Felixstowe investigation.
Yeah, come along.
Get
Yes.
together and have a little
Yeah,
so we can
interesting.
find a joint venture or something.
Yes.
Well, tell me, I'm interested in the Barlow Institute, because on your website you've got these fascinating, spooky Tudor buildings.
Yeah.
But there's one called the Barlow Institute.
Yes.
Yes.
And that really looks a bit spooky
That's
to me.
really
That was the
cool.
most
Yeah, it was a
interesting
good
one.
one.
What happened there?
Do you three
The
months
candles, we had the candle that we was all sat around and the candle just lifted, just completely.
What, the whole candle, not the flame?
The flame just lifted,
to it
stretched.
came to double its size.
Yeah, quite frightening that really.
Yeah.
I've not seen that done before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being mediums and sensitives, have you actually asked or have you been told why spirits come back to that place? Are we talking about ghosts, which are, or spirits that can actually communicate? Because I believe a ghost is just an image.
Yes.
Yeah.
But have you actually got spirits who come back and communicate?
See, when you go to these like these buildings, if you like, whether it be a Tudor house, whether it be someone's house, or whether it be a castle, you're always going to have your ghosts, which are the ones who kind of are on a complete, what's it called, like a video, if you like, you keep replaying the same thing in again. But then we also have to look at the side where we look when we're doing the dowsing rods or the divination board or the Ouija board, the spiritual energies who walk through, who come to us, and they do communicate. So then we've had a lot where with the Barlow Institute you mentioned, for example, we had a young lady who come through to the table, and when we was communicating, we've researched her afterwards. It turned out she actually lived in that place.
Okay.
So I feel everyone has a different perspective on how it runs.
Yeah.
But I personally feel after a certain time of kind of replaying the same thing, you get bored, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So why not kind of break out that pattern and communicate with who's there?
So that teddy bear that was thrown at, who was it thrown at?
It was from Ryan's cousin
Okay.
at his auntie's house.
Was that in anger or was it someone trying to get your attention?
It was a child.
Yeah, it was a child just trying to get to attention because you said that the child wants her to go to the couch and sit on the couch,
Yeah.
and as she approached the couch, the telly just lifted and just
Yeah.
threw at them, and there were nobody round that area.
But I guess it's like the candle, is it? That someone's after your attention then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's
Same way.
not, ghosts can't do that, can they?
So
No,
there was
no.
one point, is it the bar lot?
Yes.
One was in the cellar. It sounded like a table had been lifted and slammed on the floor, and it did scare everybody. So it was all in the corner of the cellar, and it sounded like somebody was standing on debris,
Yeah.
and one of the guests took a picture of the corner, and when you changed the image, there was actually a picture of a little girl holding
Really?
a doll
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a brilliant
corner.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I've actually
Plain as
brought
day
that.
it was.
I've never brought it. It's
I was
fantastic.
going to ask you, do any of you get frightened at times?
We did then, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Only because
I
it was
did
so
once, yeah.
unexpected.
It was a
We were
loud
very
bang.
relaxed, weren't
And I
we?
ran to the door and I thought, no, don't
Yeah.
run. I had to go back and make sure the arm didn't run.
I'm
Well, it was
used to
scary.
it now.
Especially with the picture.
Yeah, I'm just used to it.
But Dawn,
I think it's when I've been grabbed in that tunnel.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Really?
I did. I'll be honest, I did scream. Yeah.
Where did you get, if I may ask, where did you get
That was at the
grabbed?
Tommy Carvery in Bolton.
The old water.
The old watermill.
Yeah,
There's like a tunnel underground,
okay.
and we
Well,
went
your
in there. And
where you grabbed your shoulders or
somebody grabbed my head. Yeah,
and you felt the
yeah.
fingers.
We were in pitch black, and it was just a shock. So yeah, I did.
The spirit
Did
box
scream.
usually gets me.
Oh, you've got a spirit box.
Yeah.
I'll find that bit. I'm
Yeah,
a medium.
really good.
And I'll find that bit spooky. You know?
Do you know, and it's only recently we
Yeah.
started using it, and we started getting a voice
Yeah.
talking back to us, but in quite a deep voice, saying,
Yeah.
Joel, we was in pitch black,
Yeah.
and I actually said, I need the torches on. And it did actually unnerve me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But that was very
Really
interesting,
good,
yeah,
wasn't
it was interesting. Once the torch was on, it was. Yeah.
Have you got an idea of somewhere you'd like to go, which you haven't planned, or
Do you understand?
you fantasize about going?
We all say what we want.
I've been before, but I've not been with the team, and I'd like to go back there. Is Edinburgh Vaults.
Uh-huh.
That was really good. I think it'd be great for all of us to go with the team.
What's that?
Experience
What's that
that.
about? Then what happens at the vaults?
They seem to be underground, but it's where people used to live in Edinburgh, but they were permanently
Oh,
underground.
okay. Yeah.
So it's like a little community that were down there,
Yeah.
and obviously with the Great Fire and everything, there were a lot of fatalities and the
Oh,
grave
grief,
robbers
yeah.
and things. So a lot of things happen, but they still use it for witchcraft.
I was going to say, it doesn't live there anymore, do they?
No.
No, so I did go down there with a different group a good few years ago.
Did you? Yeah.
Really good. So I'd like to go back there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What about Ryan? What about you? Anywhere you fancy going?
Alton Towers. I've had relatives that have been there on a separate investigation, and they've got quite a lot of evidence through their own pictures,
Yeah.
which is quite interesting. So I'd like to go and
Okay.
investigate that one.
Tony, about you?
That's a little bit strange, mine. I'd like to go and visit the Amityville Horror House
Oh, would
over
you?
in the States, yes. I
Yeah.
really would. So I was intrigued.
I know, well, sort of friends with the daughter of the man who wrote all about the
Right.
Amityville Horror.
Yes.
So,
It intrigues me, that place.
yeah. What about you, Dawn?
Mine's the ghost train at Blackpool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it's known to be haunted by.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, is it a
Man called
called
Clogger.
Clog?
Yeah.
The
Is
Clogger, yeah. So I really would like
Why
to
the
do
clogger?
that.
Because you can hear the clogs?
Hear the clock,
Sure,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. He helped design and build the original ghost train that was there. And then after his passing, I think he was killed on it.
Really?
And then you can hear his clocks. So called, you can hear his clocks.
Would you sit in the ghost train and do it, or would you actually
Yeah,
I just imagine you
I
sitting
would,
there.
I would, yeah.
go around
Yeah.
all paying customers?
Yeah.
Quite intriguing thought, you know, the last bit as you come out and people said they've been touched.
Yeah.
There's actually nothing there.
Nothing
to
there.
actually
I
touch.
did remember that as a child when I used
Everybody
to go,
says
I
they've been
always
touched,
used to
but-
feel like I was touched.
But I used to think
But
people were
apparently-
inside there dressed up all in
Yeah,
black.
there's nothing
Yeah.
there to
Yeah,
actually
apparently
touch
there's
you.
nothing there to touch you.
That'll be
So,
Oh, right, okay.
yeah,
Cool.
I'd like to go back there.
Do you ever write up any of your what you find at this investigation?
I type everything
Yeah.
out,
Do you?
yes. Once we get home and all the notebooks are there in the pads, I'll
Yeah.
type everything out, put all the dictaphone
And with your
information.
photos, Ryan? I suppose.
Yeah, we'll
With
upload them onto the
pictures.
page, Facebook page, and let
Excellent.
people see if they see anything,
Yeah.
comment on the pictures.
Because we take notes during the night anyway. And there was one night, I think it was at the Toby Carver, we'd all got the same name and we were in 3 separate rooms. So it was only when we got together and we got the same name.
And I think we researched that, and did they live there? Or they died there in the war? I think they died there in the war. But I am looking for somebody to come and join us to be the historian to the side of things, because there's quite a lot to do. Now I'm not telling any of you lot that we're doing this, but I was like, I'm going to bring another member on board with us to do the research.
Looking at Cameron's, you can say if anyone's a historian out there wants to join the
Supernatural Diaries team, join us on Facebook.
you might be inundated now.
Yes.
Probably.
Because it's good we've got a historian. When I went out with our little team, you had a historian. And you could back up what I found. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, it is really.
See, I don't like researching anymore.
No, I don't.
No.
I hate it, because then I can be seen as, oh, you've researched it. So when you go a second time round to say, well, you've researched it last time. So I don't really like doing any research on the building.
Never
Research,
researched.
we're all quite sensitive as well, so it can influence the night
What we're doing then.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, guys, it's been fascinating having you down here. All the way from Manchester again.
Yes.
And our little beach. Hope you like our little beach hut we've got here. But it'd be fascinating if we got together with the Felixstowe team sometime.
Be brilliant.
Maybe way in the future, maybe, I don't know.
We could come down here, or you can come to
Oh,
us.
because there's the same amount of numbers, I think, in both.
Yeah, because
I sort of come and go as part of the team, if they let me join in. It's Ryan, Tony, Dawn, thanks ever so much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the future.
Thanks very much.
And we'll see you again.
yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheerio for now.